Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's Car Talk with the Doenges Toyota peeps, and we've got Jason with us here today. How you doing there,
Hey,
young
good
man?
morning. How you doing, Tom? And I brought one of my favorite associates, Koby Brinkman.
No stranger to the party. How you
Definitely
doing,
no
man?
stranger to the station.
Yeah, no stranger to the station, that's for sure.
So, we're going to talk a little bit about cars and car stuff. And, first we're going to talk a little bit about the weather. Koby was just mentioning it's going to get cold, Tom.
Well, yeah.
When it gets cold like that, it's a good thing to make sure that every component of your car is ready for the weather. And it'd be a good idea today to either drop by or make an appointment with Doenges Toyota and, get some service done on your vehicle. Drop by, we'll check your fluids, which is very, very important when it gets cold. Mm-hmm. And also make sure that your tires have the correct amount of pressure, because as it chills, those tires tend to flatten out. Doenges Toyota, you can make an appointment online at doengestoyota.com or just drop by and see us.
My goodness sakes, you got to get that furnace working.
Definitely. I think I've got to go see if mine still cranks up at the house. Yeah. Hey, speaking of the house, it's kind of a big day for the Brimer family. We've gone like about 8 weeks without an oven. My oven just conked out on us, and it's a 17-year-old oven. Mm-hmm. I've been Frankensteining it for the last 10 years, putting in new boards and new thermostats, and I finally pulled the trigger on an oven about 6 weeks ago, mm-hmm. and it was an experience. It's kind of like buying a car. My wife and I, we kicked the tires on a bunch of ovens. We finally found the one that we really liked. Mm-hmm. And the salesman said, great, order it now and it'll be in about 6 weeks. And sure enough. So.
You see that?
Oh, snowflakes.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But very much like, some of our customers who zero in on a Toyota, and then it takes them, a few weeks to get the car that they want. Mm-hmm. And Koby had the opportunity just a couple of weeks ago to go to San Antonio and see how the whole process happens. Kind
of eye-opening, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was one of the neatest things I've ever done.
Really?
Yeah, I've been. I've spent a lot of time in a lot of big facilities. I was a big bus rep for school districts across America for about 2 years. So mm-hmm. I visited big bus plants and obviously Walmart distribution. I've been in a big Google plant, and then I've been in a couple of Stellantis's, been in a Ford, a Chevy, and that Toyota plant where every Toyota Tundra, every Toyota Sequoia, 100% built in San Antonio, Texas.
Wow.
Yeah, that's like a college campus down there. So there's 26 buildings on that site, and only 2 of them Toyota actually own. Everything else, the other 24 are all Toyota suppliers, and that facility is ran so meticulously and so just on time that it was pretty shocking at just the not only the technology. There's robots and there's humanless carts that deliver parts mm-hmm. to the certain bays and stuff. But it's just it was we were the first ones this year to get a tour of the quality control building, and I mean down to the I can't even give you a measurement that I want to give you that they make sure that the door jambs are right on all 4 doors, and they make sure the hood is down to a micron
mm-hmm.
of where their little testing little placards fit mm-hmm. through the seams and everything. Yeah, it was absolutely amazing. I was a little like, whoa. I mean, I want to sell Toyotas. That's obviously why I work for Brad, but mm-hmm. I'm even more now know that how well our vehicles are built.
So when they did you see them actually stamping the bodies?
Yes.
Tell us about that.
So they would have a frame upside down, up in the air, right? And that would put fuel tank, some of the other underbody components, skid plates, things like that. And then they would then a robot, huge robot. They called it Goliath. I mean, that thing was monstrous. It would turn it back over, set the frame down, the body would come out, and there's 4 like Dracula fangs, 2 on the front frame, 2 on the back frame, that would stamp that down so they know that it sits perfectly. And then they're still going around measuring that after this machine that makes very few mistakes. They check all that, and yeah, I mean, obviously the actual tour was like 2 hours, so there's a lot to see in 2 hours. We were on carts, we weren't walking, we were on like a little tram.
Probably really good for your safety and theirs.
we were on a tram. You had like a tour guide, but obviously she works there too. So I mean, very, very knowledgeable. And yeah, we saw everything. And then when they finally come off the line, you hear 2 honks of a horn, and they have the brightest luminary lights that I've ever seen in a building that are checking any imperfections on that paint. And the other thing that I think separates Toyota from other brands that I've sold is that at every station, there's a rope that comes down, like from what they call their ceilings. Some of them may just be the ceilings, 3 stories high, and they have, overages or whatever. At any time, if any employee on any of the lines, something is coming through where it's a pattern where they don't like what's happening, they pull that, the whole building shuts down until they fix that one area.
The andon cord,
There
right?
you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's absolutely amazing. That was only that. I was there 3 days. The first night was usually you go to those and one of the big wig gets up and talks. You listen, have some dinner, and everyone goes their separate ways. The president of TMNA, which is the Texas Motor Division that builds at that plant, the president of that plant was there. The vice president of operations for Toyota North America was there. And then there was one other gentleman that I'll be honest with you, I cannot remember his name, and I should, because he was a Husker like me. So him and I got to spend some time with a pretty high ups in Toyota. And there was a Q&A that was supposed to end. I think dinner was at 6. Q&A was supposed to end at 8. They stayed and took questions from all of us, 113 salesmen, sales managers across Gulf States Toyota, until 9:45.
Wow.
Yeah, they were very engaged. They asked about, they let us ask questions, and just, it was more of a, hey, why aren't you doing this? Why don't you do this? And they were very open, candid, honest. It was a great experience. So that was the first evening. The second day was the plant tour, and then the second half of the plant tour was a training on. It was a training classroom setting. Where we were split up into groups of 4s, and it turned into just be how to help our buyer be more educated on what they're buying. Even if they're not looking at a Toyota, why are you going down the road? What can I help? How many questions? And I mean, you're talking about guys that have been in the business. I've been doing this 22 years. You're talking about guys. One guy had been selling he's been selling cars 50 years. So obviously, the technology, the way cars are sold compared to 50 years ago.
Well, it's night and day.
It's night and day. Because 80% of your shoppers now have already looked online, and they kind of have an idea of what they want. So then our job is to make sure and answer any questions. And 2 of the biggest takeaways that I took is that there's a misconception, because our trucks say Toyota on them, that you're not going to buy that to tow something. Couldn't be farther from the truth.
Oh, I've seen them in action.
Our half-ton Tundra will tow upwards of 11,000 pounds. And now still get you, while towing 15, 16, 17 miles to the gallon, and on the highway, unloaded, taking a trip to Gulf Shores, Alabama, you're going to get 25 miles to the gallon.
That's pretty impressive for a
there's not a better half ton for the value, for the money, for what you get. There's not a better value on the market than a Toyota Tundra.
And they hold their value.
Yeah, that's the big kicker when you see other brands that give all these huge discounts. Well, when you're selling a new truck and you're giving $10,000 or $11,000 discount on a new truck, you know what that's doing to your resale value 3 years down the road, and what's that doing to the used car market when they can sell new ones that cheap? Their pre-owned stuff just drops out the roof. That's why Toyota just has such a good metric on on what a fair discount, what a fair price should be on a truck. And then on the other end, if you want to get out of your vehicle in 3 or 4 years, they want to make sure that you're not, quote unquote, the term of the day upside down, and you haven't just lost all of your money to drive a car for 3 years and don't have anywhere to go. Toyota does not do that to their customers.
That's great.
So I think one of the things you looked at down in San Antonio was the I-Force.
Other than the truth. A hybrid still has a combustible engine. A hybrid still uses oil. So a hybrid still uses gas. It still helps feed people that work for petroleum-based companies. The thing that the hybrid does that a lot of people don't think about, when I'm driving a hybrid car and that vehicle is taking me down the road in hybrid mode, you know what I'm not doing? I'm not using the combustible engine. I'm not using any of those components. That's why those are going to last longer. Helps with your gas mileage, wear and tear again on your combustible engine. And one fun fact that I did not know, that one of the gentlemen that was down there, that he sells, where is he at? San Marcos, Texas. Did you know that every locomotive that goes up and down these rails is a hybrid?
I had no idea.
I thought he was lying. We looked it up on Google. Locomotives are hybrid engines. And if you think about it, it's the best way to have a hybrid engine, because a hybrid engine, the hybrid battery, I apologize, hybrid battery, that regenerates by braking, right? I step on the brake, friction sends that power. But when you're going up and down a railroad line and you have a metal track and a metal wheel, all that friction is going back to helping run that locomotive. So the point of that being is that if these multi-billion-dollar companies that run these monster locomotives up and down these roads, up and down these rails, are going to trust a hybrid, then kind of an open mind, you know what I mean, would lead you the way to know that the hybrid is getting ready to be the best way to buy a vehicle across all segments.
And on top of that, they're hauling things.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah, they are definitely.
Yeah, and so then the third day was ride and drive. So we went out in the Texas Hill Country. Unfortunately, sad spot. Some of it where we were supposed to be had been in the floods.
Yeah,
and it was they couldn't even get it set up. But we still so some of it not as much as like you would have done like if you were in a 4Runner or a Land Cruiser or something like that, but more just uphill towing, the slow crawl that you have in a Tundra, and then just the amount of power. We buried Toyota Tundras up to the door jams in mud, and
still kept going.
Away we went. Yeah, very, very, very impressive. And I could spend 3 hours going over everything that we offer now in a Toyota Tundra, as far as not the amount of weight you can tow. Because to me, that gets insignificant. Once you get upwards of 10 or 11,000 pounds, anybody who's going more than that, you're going to buy a heavy duty, right? Tammy and I have a 23-foot boat. The thing weighs 3,500 pounds. So in all honesty, when I tell you that a Tundra can tow 11,000 pounds, I could hook a 30-foot boat up to the back of a Tundra,
no problem,
and go down the road. But there's just so many benefits that, for instance, I have a boat. If you know anything about my oldest daughter, every once in a while we're towing horse trailers.
Oh, yeah.
Bumper pull flatbeds, utility trailers, and then I have a car hauler trailer. With our Toyota Tundras, you can go in there, and if I hook up my boat in position 1 in my little driver information screen, it knows where to set the trailer brakes. The next time I hook up my 3-horse trailer and go to the Bartlesville Roundup Club Rodeo, I already have them preset. It changes the trailer brakes for you.
Wow, talk about a smart vehicle.
Yeah, and then little things like, again, a lot of other manufacturers have this. They don't have what we have. Hitch placement. That camera now, like if you're by yourself, that camera now, when you're backing up and look at that camera, you will get
this.
It will put you that far off. I'm talking, you can't hardly see between my fingers, to where you're just going to walk right back and drop your ball.
Wow.
Things like that. When you hook up a trailer to our Tundras, your side blind zone alert and your lane departure warning automatically come on. And here's the thing too, that I don't think all of our competitors have this yet. I didn't do my due diligence and check that. The lane departure warning and the side blind zone alert it then knows to read off the back of the trailer, not off the back of your truck.
Nice.
It's a lot of computer power.
Yeah, it was pretty. I mean, it was pretty amazing.
Jason, you better call back and see if they got any more trucks left. I think he just sold them all right here.
Well, we are selling them all.
We are selling them,
and
yes.
Right now we've got some pretty incredible deals on Tacomas and on Tundras. You can lease a brand new Tundra SR5 4x2 for $499 a month for 39 months. And what's more, on the Tacoma side, you can lease a 2026 Tacoma $269 a month. So leasing has become very popular over the last couple of months as the interest rates slowly come down. They're ticking down a bit. We've got some great rates on Tundras right now, but the lease options, for example, you could get into a 2026 Corolla right now for as little as $199 a month. If you are a city driver, this is a real practical way to get into a new car, keep your maintenance costs to almost zero, and at the end of the term, 39 months in this instance, you have the option of buying the car, of selling the car, or of trading it back in.
Or you just simply walk away.
Yeah.
You can do that too.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And definitely a great option for people.
And I will say, obviously, doing this a long time, and Jason and I have had this conversation before. I've got friends all over Tulsa, friends all over town that I'm actually our finance director at the dealership. So I've probably got 10 of my buddies that I know very well that are F&I directors, a good friend of mine, Tony, is the F&I director at Bell Camper Sales now, but he was in the business for 30 years. Oklahoma's never been a big lease state. That is not there's no secret there. It's never been a big lease state. That's changing. And William Doenges and I are both, I'm trying to get to an actual Toyota leasing. I want to go to a school.
Lease school.
Yeah, because a lot of the deal with leasing, even on my side for a long time, is just being uneducated. You're just scared. You don't know what you're doing. And it is a great, again, leasing's not for everybody. But again, purchasing's not for everybody. So it's when we do our customer information sheet, do our interview, meet and greet, and we find out what the customer's needs are. Hey, how long are you going to keep the vehicle? I just drive around in town. We do have the people that at 36 months, whether they purchase or lease, they want a new car every 3 years. They're just those kind of people because the technology changes so much. So there is a lot. There's a lot that goes into leasing. But then there's not. Once you do one or two and have a good experience, even on our from the leasing manager standpoint, it is there's definitely a lease reason for almost every buyer out there to at least let us give them side by side. We like to give a side by side comparison. Here's what your payments are going to look like at 72 months. Like even on a Tundra right now. Tundra right now. And I'm going to go not against leasing, but again, we always like to give everybody their options. I can sell you a brand new Tundra right now for 72 months, give you the discount, give you another $1,000 Toyota cash, 2.99 for 72 months. Go to any hometown bank. You can't touch that rate.
No, you can't.
So we like to do side by side. Here's your lease. Here's this. Especially for people who are, like Jason said, Tulsa, Bartlesville, some even too, that mainly are going to use that as a grocery getter and to get them back and forth to the store, right?
Yeah.
Leasing is a great option. It gives you all those opportunities at the end. And the good thing about leasing a Toyota, Toyotas hold their value better than any car on the market. So at the end of 3 years, a lot of times, your car is going to be worth more than what we tell you it's most likely going to be worth when you start your lease.
Wow.
Because when you start your lease, we give you a residual value, and that gives you an idea of how much you're going to pay over the 3 years, and then if you want to buy that car at the end, how much it would be. Well, a lot of times if they come back in 3 years and Toyota says, okay, your residual value is $22,000, but I tell you, hey, this is Doenges Toyota, we want your car because as a lease, I know that it's been taken care of. I know that you've came to me for service. That's the kind of cars that I want to put into our pre-owned inventory. We're going to give you more than what Toyota would if you just sold it back to them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Hot dog.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, very.
There's a lot of different ways to make that work and be advantageous to the customer.
It
really is.
It makes a lot of sense for a lot of people.
Koby, I got a question for you because I heard this rumor that if you got a Tundra and you put 200,000 miles on it, that you just basically just got it broken in.
I drive an 06 Sequoia with 265,000 miles.
Still drives brand new, huh?
Yeah, I absolutely love it. Yes. I mean, here's a good story for you. We sold, it's not on the ground yet, but I sold an Everest Green, which is a new color. Everest Green, absolutely amazing color that we have out now in our 4Runners. I sold an Everest Green 4Runner TRD Off-Road Premium to a customer. Walks in the door, hands me a piece of paper from 2001. I was working at Doenges then. From Rick Grossman, who was one of our old soul salesmen that had been there with the Doenges family forever. He bought a '99 4Runner, and he's trading it back into us with 290,000 miles on it, and no kidding, I'm not going to do a whole lot to it. I'm going to put it out on the lot and sell it.
My gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when you say they retain.
Seriously,
They're
when it
built
comes
to
to
last.
Toyotas, obviously the tires and brakes are that's on your driving habits, right?
Sure, yeah.
Change the oils, top the fluids, and do your timing chain or timing gear every 90 or 120,000 miles. That's, for the most part, it's all you have to do in Toyota.
That's it.
In my opinion.
Basic care.
Yep.
Wow.
I do have one more good tidbit about the Tundra. If anybody out there is listening, I'm sure you may have heard, Jason, because we went through it. We had a stop sale on the hybrid motor, which everybody went up into arms with, and I don't want a hybrid and I don't want that. Had nothing to do with the hybrid component. When Toyota was drilling one of the oil inserts in the side of the block, it happens, right? People make mistakes. They used, so say you're using an 1130 seconds, they used a 1230 seconds, right? Just a touch bigger. Got the metal shavings just a touch bigger, and they clogged up the oil screen. Those engines went kaput. So,
Did
I-
Toyota wait until they were out there?
I'm getting there. I worked for another manufacturer. Doesn't matter the dealer. I worked for another manufacturer where noisy lifters were a thing with a certain manufacturer for 6 or 7 years, right? Familiar, right? That manufacturer, all they did was, okay, I bring you my truck. It's got noisy lifters. They would just go in and see what bank the lifters were and just replace that bank. When Toyota knew they had this problem, they stopped sale on every single Tundra that they deemed from this VIN number to this VIN number could possibly have that problem. Replaced engines totally. Plug and played. Pulled engines and put brand new engines in there with the correct drill width of that oil fill hole.
Wow.
When we were down there, my trainers nor the head of TM&A, he couldn't think of a truck that they actually had even had anybody come back after 5,000 miles and say, hey, I'm having this problem. So that's how quick they caught it. 90% of the trucks they fixed most likely would have never had that problem, and Toyota still spent the money
to fix it.
Pulled the motors, and yeah, there was no like, well, let's just tweak this. They literally just did a Q&A, test and trial and error, got the right drill hole in there, and put brand new engines in all those trucks. So that's what company we work for, and that's what kind of vehicle you drive up and down the road when you buy a Toyota.
Wow, you don't find that anymore.
Total quality. And this is really what Toyota is known for: is continuous improvement, Kaizen, and producing quality product.
That speaks for itself.
And I mean, let's be honest. I mean, obviously part of the reason that I work at a Toyota dealership, and I'm speaking for Brad, but part of the reason that he owns a Toyota dealership, the oldest and smallest in the state of Oklahoma, if people don't know that, is customer retention. Most Toyota buyers are not going to come back and flip.
No.
Unless for some reason, and again, you have your one-offs, right?
Yeah.
You had a bad salesman at a dealership, or you just bought a car and for some reason you just didn't like it.
Mm-hmm.
But if Toyota buyers buy a car, they have a good relationship with their dealer. They have a good experience when purchasing the vehicle and coming back for service. And they like the vehicle. They're not coming out of a Toyota.
No.
Our
they're not.
customer retention is second to none when it comes to that.
Wow.
So, Koby, where can they find you?
Where can they find me?
Where can the people find you? If
We
they-
are at 1911 Southeast Washington Boulevard,
Mm-hmm.
right across the street from El My Way. I love their Mexican.
There you go.
We are there. We did just go to winter hours. I like to tell everybody in the car business, we work banker's hours. That doesn't mean we won't stay till 10 o'clock at night, because I was there Tuesday night till 10 o'clock. But we are there 8:30 in the morning till 6 p.m. during the week. And then we usually cut out on Saturdays about 5:30.
Oh, okay.
And if you want to do all of your shopping online, you can
Yeah.
go to DoengesToyota.com. We've got some great tools that will let you put together your own deal. You can determine what your down payment is. You can determine your payment. You can get a fix on your credit score. You can fill out a credit application. You can basically buy a car from your couch.
How nice is that?
DoengesToyota.com.
I've been doing this a long time, and I've worked with some variations of what we're doing, but nothing what we're doing. We added a component, a bolt-on component called Deal Central, and you can literally be sitting at home. And again, as long as you're within reason of where you think your credit determination is, you can tell us that you're going to need gap insurance. You can tell us that, hey, I want to make sure and protect my tires and wheels for the next 3 years. I'm going to keep my car for 100,000 miles. I want this protection. Here's my trade-in. Here's my VIN number. When they put their trade-in, we're a Kelley Blue Book buying center, so Kelley Blue Book is going to give them a very, very fair estimation until we see, touch, feel, drive the car, and work your whole car deal from your home. And then we can call you and say, hey, were you really meaning to do this? Or are you just kind of, and if they say yes, I mean, we have everything ready and you're in and out of the dealership in a heartbeat.
Wow. That's incredible.
Yep.
That's absolutely incredible.
It makes the car buying experience very transparent, fast, and fun.
Simple, too.
Yeah, simple.
I was going to say, we are the most transparent, simple, upfront, non-pressure car dealership you will ever walk into, without
Folks-
a doubt. And I've worked in 11, so.
Folks, you got to see it and feel it for yourself. And I want to thank you guys both for coming by today and sharing with us.
Tom, thank you.
Yeah,
All
thank
right.
you. Appreciate it.
Well, very good. We've been enjoying our car talk today right here at the Doenges Toyota crew. And right now we got news coming up in just a little bit. Stick around.
Thanks for listening to One on One with a Professional, a paid presentation at 1400 K1.